Hello. So a couple of hints here for the Module 6 lab practice at the end. Okay. The first one is calculate the pH of a solution with a hydrogen ion concentration of 4.5 times 10 to the negative 6. So I look through my equations and I find out pH equals negative log of the molarity of an acid. Okay. You could also think of it as negative log of the concentration of H plus. Okay. So I would do negative log of 4.5 times 10 to the negative 6 to find the pH of an hydrogen ion concentration or to find the pH of an acid. Okay. And then for your answer, don't just assume what it says that makes it an acid. You see an H plus, so you're pretty sure, but always make sure, always confirm with numbers. It's just like if you're in a court of law, you wouldn't just guess and hope that your premise was correct. You'd want numbers to back it up. If it's between 0 and 7, it's an acid. If it's between 7 and 14, it's a base, and this is the pH scale only. So always convert to pH and then decide. Okay. Calculate the hydrogen ion concentration of a basic solution with a pH of 11.83. Okay. So the pH there, 10 to the negative pH, is equal to the concentration of H plus. It doesn't matter if it's an acid or a base. The pH is going to give you H plus, so this is the formula used. Okay, if it gave you POH, that would give you the concentration of the hydroxide ion, but we don't need that in this one. A solution has a POH of 3.62. Remember, don't use POH to determine acid or base. If you have POH, you can subtract it from 14 to get pH. Same way in reverse. If you have pH, you can subtract it from 14 and find the other. That's because the scale is out of 14. pH plus POH equals 14. It's a 14 scale. So that makes it easy to transfer between one and the other. Okay. So once you know the pH, that answers part B, but also you can tell if it's an acid or a base. Okay. Explain whether the H plus or the OH concentration is higher. Well, for that one, figure it out. 10 to the negative pH is equal to the concentration of H plus. 10 to the negative POH is equal to the concentration of OH minus. Get actual facts here. So find the concentration of H plus, find the concentration of OH minus, and then explain what you know from there. Okay, and how do you explain the difference between a weak acid and a strong acid? One, you can use the answers that you got in the lab because they went over strong acid and weak acid, or you can look in the Canvas lesson. This is not something that I did in live. I did not go over strong and weak acids. I saved that for year 2. So there you go.